Hey guys, today I have a spoiler-free book review for Hunted by Megan Spooner. And this book is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So right away I knew I was going to love it, and that's pretty much all that I knew going into it. The story is our main character Beauty, or as she is later renamed, Yiva. And she at her heart is a hunter, but she's living in this town and she's under the guide of this baronessa, and she is supposed to become a lady, although that is not her heart's desire at all. And one day her father pretty much loses their whole fortune, so Beauty, or Yiva, and her two sisters and their father have to move to this small little hunting cabin where Beauty grew up, and her father, although he was a merchant in the town, he's gone back to hunting, and that's how her father is going to earn their fortune back. But it means that they're pretty much secluded from the rest of society because they're, days and days travel from the town where they're from. So Yiva is actually kind of happy about this change in plans. Obviously she's devastated because her father is devastated and because her older sister was engaged to be married. So putting them in this small cabin in the middle of nowhere is not really the best for their social situation. But in her heart, like I mentioned before, Yiva is a hunter. She loved hunting as a child with her father, but she had to put it aside as she was growing up and she was learning to become a lady. So once again, Yiva starts taking up hunting, but she doesn't hunt with her father because her father does not want her to hunt with him. So she goes off on her own. Yiva's father becomes obsessed with hunting this beast, and it's a story that Yiva has heard growing up as a kid, that there's this big huge beast in the forest and it's like no one's ever seen before, and her father goes off to hunt it, and then Yiva goes off after her father, and that is when she encounters the beast. And I'm gonna leave the story there because I do not want to spoil anything further, and it's not like it's super spoiling anyways because this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling and we kind of all know what happens in Beauty and the Beast, so I feel like it was safe to bring you up until that point. Just to give you now some of my brief thoughts for this book. One, it was really well written. I was able to get pulled into the story pretty much instantly. I loved the setting that Megan Spooner painted for us. It was so cozy at times, and it really would make a good book to read during the winter time when it's snowing outside, when there's a fire roaring. It just had that wonderful cozy bookish kind of feel to it. Our main character is, a strong, independent female character who I've been reading a lot of lately, but I'm still happy when I get to read about them. Doesn't need to be married to be happy. She doesn't really search out romance or anything to that nature. Tale of the Beast, obviously, it's a different type of enchantment in this story than in the story of Beauty and the Beast, but I'm gonna kind of leave it without spoiling anything, so just know it is a little bit different. But I really liked the way it was done. I really liked the different twist on Beauty and the Beast. One thing I wanted to mention, and I think I want to mention it spoiler free definitely, is that this book isn't really a romance like you would think with Beauty and the Beast. It's really just her and the beast and them coming to understand each other and seeing humanity in each other, and it's not as much of a romance as you would think a Beauty and the Beast retelling would be. But even though it wasn't romantic in the way that I was thinking it was going to be, I still really enjoyed it. In this book, I also really enjoyed the family dynamics. I really loved Yiva's sisters. Her sisters are Lena and Asenka, and Lena is just this one who's kind of in charge of the household, and she likes her house to be orderly and she has it a certain way. And Asenka is the more kind, sweet-tempered sister, and this sister also has some type of foot deformity, so she's kind of looked down upon in the town. She doesn't really let it bother her. She carries herself with a lot of grace and poise, but she still has this deformity. And I really like the sisters. They're very sweet and kind, and they have such a good family bond that reading about it made me want sisters. Also, I want to mention one more thing about this book is that Yiva has this dog, Doe Eyes, and Doe Eyes is just this really faithful, loyal dog to Yiva, and reading about this dog made me think of my own dog, Leia, and so I was just so happy every time I saw Yiva with this dog. This dog took away some of her loneliness and was just such a constant, loyal companion that I really felt for this dog, and I loved that human-dog relationship. If you are a fan of Beauty and the Beast, there is no reason why you shouldn't pick up this retelling just to give it a shot. It only took me 2 days to read, so really easy to breeze on through this book and also just have a really enjoyable time reading it. So definitely pick this up if you are a Beauty and the Beast fan. I will leave it here to keep from spoiling anything. So if you have read this book, we definitely can talk about it a little more in detail in the comments below. Thank you for watching and happy reading.